So I want to say, looking at the top line, this is saying that there's an end to a cycle, something that you felt required great sacrifice, or something that you've had to sacrifice and let go of. It's saying here that it is okay to now release that. And I'm feeling like it's not just letting go of the physical situation, but also letting go of the emotions attached to that situation and what has transpired for you over the last several months, okay? Because the World card is saying it's now complete. That cycle is now complete. It's at an end. The only way to get where you want to go is to release your feelings regarding what has transpired. And I know that's easier said than done. I know that is. But you have to make an effort to really try to release it. Whatever that may be, whether it's letting go of a relationship, letting go of a situation where you may have felt like you lost out on a business deal, whether it was a job that you've had to sacrifice, because there's something better coming for you around the corner, but it can't come in until you release what you need to release, okay? The Empress is the overall energy is interesting to me. Some of you may be pregnant or expecting, or there's a female around you who is expecting, okay? You may find that out this month, or they may be delivering this month. I have the Sun in the center here. The Sun represents for me children. It represents a new life. It represents birth. But it also, for those of you who aren't expecting a child, or know of someone very significant to you that would be expecting, the Sun would represent to me shedding light and finding hope and finding peace in a situation where, once you felt, at one time you felt like you were in the gutter, okay? So it's like coming out of that dark cave and into the sunlight finally. Financially, everything looks really good. I see that there's going to be a pickup in wages for you, work. People are going to be asking you for your expertise, asking you for your business. I'm getting a message here that you need to, for some of you who are dealing with the Queen of Swords, she can be any sign really, but for some of you it may be an air sign. That would be a Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Okay. One interesting thing I like about the depiction of the Queen of Swords in this deck is you see that she still is in her seat. It's a stone seat. You see it's kind of barren land around her. This just basically says she's not a very emotional queen. She's very cutthroat and cut to the chase kind of woman, okay? Very intellectual, very intelligent, has very strong communication skills. But another aspect of this queen could be that she does come across as very cold and distant. Like I said, the one thing I like about this depiction though is she's pouring the water out, and the water represents our emotions, right? So it's like she's letting go of emotions, she's letting go of personal ties, she's letting go of what has held her back emotionally, and she's deciding that she's going to stand up for herself, she's going to defend herself, she's going to take action towards what it is she actually wants, whatever her goals, dreams, ambitions may be, okay? So I see that if you do that this month, if you focus on what it is you really want, you let go of those emotions that have been holding you back, you're going to come into a place where you're financially very secure, very stable. And there's just, this whole reading really, to me, between the World card, the Sun, and then the Fool here in this line, it's all about a new beginning. It's all about a fresh new start, letting go of the weight that has held you down. The Ace of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. This really tells me you got to keep your passions, your maybe your anger or your frustrations. You need to keep all of that in check this month. Okay, there's a balancing act going on here, whether it's financially or emotionally. But with it coming out with the Ace of Wands, this to me says fiery energy. This says passion. This says, it can be anger, frustration, fear even. Try to keep all of that under control. Again, focus on what the message with the Queen of Swords is, which is let go of those emotions. Focus on what you know, okay? Focus on facts and use your analytics and your intellect, I should say, to get you where you want to go. That's what you really need to focus on this month, because it's going to bring in prosperity. It's going to bring in opportunity. Another message with this Ace of Wands and the Two of Pentacles is this month you may be getting a new idea, a new creative idea, a new business idea. You may be feeling like, I want to go in a different direction than what I have been going in, and I just don't know how I'm going to get there with the Two of Pentacles. It's like I need to balance what I do on a day-to-day basis. I need to work my 9 to 5, but I really want to be doing something different. So this month you may be very busy doing that as well, okay? But don't give up on your dream because you have a 9 to 5, because it's the direction you're meant to go in. You're going somewhere completely new. There's a fresh start here. And the Empress, honestly, also represents prosperity, okay? Because you see, she's surrounded by harvest. She's picking the harvest. I know that the Hermit typically represents the Virgo card, but to me, this is more of a Virgo card. She's surrounded by the wheat. She's surrounded by all this, we see the waterfall in the background and the lush greenery behind her. It's like, now is the time. I'm just getting, now is the time to go after what it is you really want, to fulfill your desires and your dreams, okay? We're going to look a little bit more in depth on this spread, and then I'm going to move into the love portion reading of the reading, I should say. I want to look first, excuse me, I have cards dropping here. I want to look first at the Sun, since it's the center card. Yeah. See, Scorpio, you've been feeling trapped. You've been feeling unsure. You've been uncertain how things are going to turn out, right? You're like, am I ever going to make it out of this pit? Am I ever going to make it out of this dark cave? You've been waiting and waiting for this time to come when you could release things and move forward. And now is the time. It's saying you've had hope. You've gone through the battle, you've gone through the challenging times, and now is with the Sun coming out again. It's the right time. It's the right time for things to come around for you. Okay, let's look at the Empress, and then I'm going to move into the love reading. Yeah. So in the past, you may have been dealing with some deception, some lies, people that were maybe malicious or had bad intentions, okay? And that may have been where the challenge was. You could have sought some professional counseling or some mediation, perhaps even an attorney to help with this situation. Or this can just say that you're mentally and emotionally healing from this disappointment that you've had. And there's a pleasant surprise coming in for you. It's unexpected, okay? As you can see, this man, he's fishing and he's expecting fish, but what he actually pulls up is money. So this is a really pleasant surprise for you, okay? Coming around the corner. But you have to let go of things that do not serve you emotionally, okay? Things that have already passed, things that have already been done, you need to let it go. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at the love portion. Just pull up all the cards here. Okay. Sorry if the table shakes, it's kind of unstable. We have the Seven of Cups that fell out. I'm going to set this to the side. Okay. First card, Nine of Wands, Three of Cups, Knight of Swords, the Chariot, Three of Pentacles. We have 2 threes here. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. Yeah, I was feeling that. Page of Wands, and the King of Swords. Interesting. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So yes, certainly we're in a situation. This is a reading that for some of you may be dealing with 2 individuals. Okay. I get the Scorpio male and the Scorpio female coming up as the Swords energy. Okay. So what this is telling me is you're acting very distant. You're acting cold, and I feel like it's because there's an imbalance in this relationship. I feel like someone is like out of control. Okay, they want to control the situation, whether it be you or your partner. And then we have this Queen of Wands here. This is a third party energy. Doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay. The thing about this queen is I feel she's a temptation. I feel like she's a temptation for the King of Swords, which could be the male Scorpio, or even the Queen of Swords, which is the female Scorpio. For one of you, she is a temptation, or she's someone who kind of manipulates, okay? I feel like it's more the Scorpio male that's attracted to this female, okay? Because this Page of Wands, it's energy, it's messages, and he's traveling towards this Queen of Wands. So it's as if he's letting her know, hey, I have an interest in you. Again, she doesn't have to be a fire sign. She's just someone who's very outspoken. She's someone who says what she feels. She doesn't hold back. She can also be someone who's highly attractive, very seductive, very charming, very charismatic. And I feel like those are the energies or the personality traits that are attracting the male Scorpio. But yeah, I mean, there's just like 3 parties here. That's what I'm getting. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. And I'm really feeling like there's an imbalance here. Someone in a relationship is trying to control the relationship. Whether it's by not being completely honest, right? Or it's like saying one thing but doing another. The 7 of Cups here, one of you is left feeling disillusioned or illusioned. I don't know what I'm saying. Feeling confused, feeling like I'm not sure which direction I should go in. I don't know if I should trust this person or not. I want to, but there's just something that's telling me I shouldn't. Well, you know what? By the end of this month, you're going to know for sure what's going on, because the Knight of Swords, he's energy, but he's also an energy about messages, communication. And it's going to be coming into either the Scorpio male or the Scorpio female. And you're going to know by the end of the month where you stand with your partner, okay? And this overall energy being the Judgment card is telling me there's a rebirth, can be a rebirth of your relationship. But for some of you, it may be that once you see the light, once you see the truth and the reality of the situation for what it is, you're then able to move on and move forward without this individual, okay? Because it's more than just a third-party influence. I feel like that may be part of it. I feel, again, there's a temptation there. I don't know if this other person, whoever is interested in this Queen of Wands, I don't know if she's, if they're actively involved, but I feel like there's a temptation there. And I feel like if he isn't already, he's communicating with her. But that's not the only energy here. It's also like there's an imbalance in the relationship. Someone's controlling, someone's kind of domineering. And the other party is tired of it, but they don't necessarily want to let go of the relationship yet. It's like they don't want to say goodbye, hoping that things will get better. Well, by the end of this month, they'll know what they need to do, okay? I want to look at this Queen of Wands with these cards. See if we can get a better idea. Okay, so this can be someone from the past, okay? Because it looks like in the past, this is a past line, but also this person has had some type of influence on the person, the Scorpio, that's being tempted, to where they feel like this person has been a fortunate addition to their life. This person is very strong, very grounded, and they recognize that in this individual. It's something that's attractive, and it's someone that they've already said goodbye to and they've let go of, okay? For some of you, it can be that meeting this person initially was a very fortunate event. There was a consistency in this relationship, but then by the end of the month, they're saying goodbye to it. They're letting it go. Or the Queen is letting it go. Let's look at the King of Swords. Yeah. So I think it's going to be the Queen of Wands ending it, okay? Because we have a message coming in to the King of Swords. He's realizing that this relationship is emotionally fragile and weak, and he needs to move on. He needs to move ahead. Now, this can be coming from the Queen of Swords, sending this message, hey, I know about this. I don't want to continue. Queen of Swords, again, I'm feeling is a Scorpio energy. This can be two Scorpios in a relationship. But it can be a Scorpio involved with an air sign too. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I'm not really feeling, an earth sign here. So it's either a water sign or an air sign dealing with the male Scorpio. Okay. The female Scorpio, I feel like you're going to be moving on from either a male Scorpio or a male air sign, okay, with the King of Swords. Because he's been tempted with someone else. You may find out that he's been talking to this Queen of Wands. Finally, I want to look at Judgment here. Yeah. Judgment is a rebirth, right? It comes after the Death card. You see these people rising from their graves to a new life. So it's living life in a new way. So again, we have the Child, which represents something new coming in, a new way of living, a new way of being, a new way of understanding something. It's a pleasant surprise, this turnabout, this change of events, whether it's a letting go and release or it's a rebirth in the relationship. And it's overcoming despair. It's overcoming whatever challenges that you've faced in this relationship. For single Scorpios, It just looks like you have a lot of people around you this month. Be careful with this Queen of Wands, because I feel like she's she's very tempting, but she's someone that you want to be careful with, okay? So just watch for a fire sign, or watch for someone who acts like a fire sign, outgoing, fun. That's going to be what attracts you, but ultimately, with this card here, I would just say, I don't think it's going to pan out. She may be someone fun to hang out with, but not someone to have look for a serious monogamous relationship with. You're just going to have opportunities this month. I see 2 individuals. Whether you're male or female, you're going to have 2 people come in this month. And it's really going to help you, if you're single, to overcome, I feel like, a dry spell where you haven't dated in a while, or you haven't seen anyone in a while. It's a rebirth to your love life.